Welcome everyone to the Mad Lab. This is Aplomb Cycles here, and yeah, we are talking about mitering chainstays. I'm getting those all set up. So yeah, we've been busy. The bike is ready. So this is what the chainstays look like. Quick little sneak peek here. You can't see the whole bike yet. If you've raced against me, you've seen the bike. But yeah, I have raced the new bike, and we've got some seconds in the provincials. Oops, dropping everything. So we're doing okay. Racing some old guys and young guys. Those young guys are fast, so they beat me. So therefore, that's why I'm second. But working our way up in the ranks. But yeah, come see what we're doing, and we'll get these chainstays dialed in. Just doing some mapping out of the chainstays here, just figuring out where we're going to put the blocks and stuff for our jig. We've got the Alex Mead seat stay and chainstay mitering jig here, so we're getting that all set up here too. So we'll hopefully get the bottom bracket mitered and everything lined up, so that'll be pretty cool. And yeah, things are moving along pretty sweetly, so that will feel pretty good to get that nipped in the bud. And then we'll move on to the seat stays. I added an extra little bend on those, so those are matching up pretty darn good too, so that looks pretty good there. That Cobra tube bender is sick. I am so thrilled that it's working so well. And yeah, way less headache and consistency. So I'm getting everything kind of locked into the jig here. We've got dropouts in there. We've got the chainstays cut. But if you notice here, I've got to rotate this down. I've got a block in here. So now I got to just rotate this down. So this is even. We're looking even. So we have everything in the Alex Mead jig, getting ready to miter. Kind of scary because we got chop stuff. So now I've got the field check in there, and I've got a little pointer there so it can help me center things amongst the chainstay there. And I'm using the blocks on the jig there so I can center it within the tube. If I had a DRO, that would help. I could really center it amongst the tubes there. Or do a little balance method. That's also a cool way to do it from some of the old school machinists. But yeah, I think we're going to be taking the chuck out, and then we're going to get the R8 cullet and my hole saw, and with the arbor on it that'll fit in that cullet, and we'll nip it right up in there. And we're gonna start chopping away. We're just gonna ease up on that on the line that I made on there, so we have the proper chainstays, give it a little lubricant, and start hole sawing that out. Everything's sped up a bit, so of course it looks fast, but chopping away. Let the machine eat that metal, that chromoly steel. And yeah, that popped out a little bit aggressively. kind of made a little bit of a ding on that, on the end of the tube, but we filed it out and it was all good after it was all finished and done. And I had to drop the arbor down a bit to get more room, but I guess it wasn't enough room. Just stops there. Well, I need a little bit more. So, because it hits the jig and everything like that, you're like, oh, you can move the bed, but no, I just need that arbor to be brought down. So maybe I'll get a bigger, longer arbor, which exists because of this reason. So we chop it out and be done. Think. Yeah, that's good. So I got everything out of the mitering jig and into the welding tacking jig, and we're looking pretty sick. Looking pretty good. It's looking nice. Check out that conga clampino thing. That thing is sick too. That's my first actual use of that. So all these tools that I bought, and these people are making awesome stuff. It's all coming together. It's all helping. I have a dirt bag version of that, but this thing, here's my dirt bag version of the clampino. But that one's a little tricker, eh? This one's a little bit, but this works too. I might still need to use it because I might want to buy 2 clampinos. But yeah, I just got to clean this up. And then we're probably good for that. And I can maybe tack that maybe today. And I might make a little angle on this, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. It's something I should do after or do it now. I'm not sure. But let's just double check some more measurements, make sure everything is sitting in there right. And we're not some weird chainstay length, but I think we're doing pretty good. So, out of paranoia, you notice here, this is my chain ring, and that is my chainstay. That seems pretty close, and I'm getting a few little variances here and there for where that is moving. So out of paranoia, I put in a dimple, and I have a setup now. Now I was able to keep the same geometry of everything, and look at all that clearance. There's Clarence, as I would say to my dad, because my dad's name's Clarence. But yeah, that makes me feel better. Gives me a little extra room. Hopefully, I'm not just being paranoid. Hopefully I haven't weakened this. Check out the ghetto dimple setup. So this is the dimple here. That half moon thing, I got it from another guy who was frame building back in the day, but he's not doing it anymore. So that in the vise with this bar, whoosh, and it works. I did it off camera because I was fiddling with it and I didn't know what was gonna work. So here we go. I'm glad it worked, because then that means I'd have to make another triple bend chainstay. And I don't know if I want to do that again, because I did 2 at a time and it worked. So just mocking up some seat stays here. So these are going to connect up to top 2 right there. So mitering seat stays here. Mitering seat stays are the bane of my existence. I just can't find the best way to do it, and I've chosen it for the seat stay to connect up to the top tube, which makes it extra special hard. Kind of similar to this BMX right here, how it's connected up to that. As you can see right there. So, trying to be cool, and then I discover that I've got my mill set at 90, but then I can't get this tall enough so it can reach to here. So I need to make a block to go off the bottom, but I don't have T-nuts that are fit for this 80-20 extrusion to do it in time. So I'm going to maybe do some paper templates and do it that way, like I've done in the past, which is not too bad, just a little bit more tedious. So yeah, so this ghetto setup here might not work. Yeah, a bit frustrating. I thought I had it, but I need to lift this up and lift the jig up here, so then I can get more room, and then I can drop down the table, because right now this is contacting the table of the mill, and I thought it was gonna work, but it does not. With the angles and what I'm doing, it's just not gonna work, which is sad. So, a little onion in the ointment there, but I will press on, and if I screw it up, I have extra material, which is okay. This is not as expensive as custom form seat stays like Nova or Reynolds or anything like that. This is just some straight gauge chromo. I think it's made in Germany, but anyways, it's good stuff. You don't want to waste it, but let's try to do, yeah, so I'm going to print up some templates and see how that works, and it'll be a bit more tedious, so that could be fun and interesting. Okay, so we need to cut these templates out. So we've got non-drive, and we have the drive side. So gotta do some arts and crafts here. Cut these out, and then we wrap this around the tube. But we just need to figure out where to put it. That's the other thing. I would like to know where to put it on there, like how long and where on the chains or seat stay. So this is the non-drive. So how did these go? Where are they going on there? So I have to consult BikeCAD and measure things out and see. Because right now, I just feel like I'm shooting in the dark. Now we've got them taped. So now we're gonna have to cut all along here. Look the same, pretty close. So we're gonna have to cut on there and file, and then we're gonna have to do a bunch of test fits. And yeah, so we'll just etch that out and file. So we'll be doing the round file that way, using a tube holder and stuff like that, wood blocks, and probably a couple of these bad boys will be holding stuff together. Yeah, things are getting a little complicated near the end, but that's the way it is. That's the way it crumbles. And because we're attaching this to the top tube. The top tube will be laying like that on top. That'll be kind of hold underneath, so it'll kind of give a cool look. And maybe brace it a little bit more weld area around here. And yeah, beefed it up. But problem with the beef up and with bent chain stay or seat stays, and then yeah, and just that junction down here makes it a little bit more difficult. So yeah, that'll be my evening probably tomorrow.
All right, so what we're trying to do is figure out what that distance there to where that goes there or here, and yeah, and that's where we're going to put the hole saw. We're going to cut there, so we're going to go hole saw right through there, down there. We got to get these a certain width apart, so I've measured here, here, here. This jig doesn't have as much measuring as Alex Mead one, but we've got that there, so we have that to be able to find where this is. That's always kind of fun and tricky. We're measuring off the back of the dropout to here, just trying to figure it out, trying to map it out. So that's the front of the miter. So I think I'm going to measure and then get the back of the miter too, so I can kind of center my hole saw in there and figure out the angle. And then we'll do that, and we'll get room for the seat tube in there. We've kind of got room for the top tube, but we're going to have to do some more filing there to make it happen. So I try to figure out how to do these better. It would be sweet if I can get the seat stays better, but they seem to take me forever. And this is a complicated one because it's going around the seat post, going around the seat post and here. But that's going to make for a nice, super supported spot. So that could be, you know, I want the strength, all the strength I can get. And yeah, voice is still squeaky, but we'll continue marking things out.